And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Bulls. On Monday, they'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the out of a team and bring you closer together.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Lowry and Powell, the guards. And it's Johnson in at the three, the small forward. And for the Bulls, Markkanen and Carter are up front. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Porter in at the three. Adjusting to the NBA game for this latest class of rookies, Doris. Always growing pains, a feeling out process. It's always interesting to watch that being put together.
There are, Kev. There always seem to be a couple of welcome to the NBA moments as a rookie. Certainly you might take your lumps here and there, but this is a talented young group. Can't wait to see what they do.
I can't either. The drive by Siakam. It's good.
Well, Siakam pushing right through the contact. Go ahead, young sir.
So the Bulls, the last game, a win against Memphis.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. To the paint. Here's Gasol. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
Well, this guy is just a load on the interior. Marc Gasol uses his size. He uses his angles to get where he wants to go.
Shooting two.
And that one misses.
Well, think about it, guys. For years, the Raptors had been unable to translate all of that regular season success to dominance in the playoffs. But last season, they changed that narrative. Now,
ends up going with the new group. Then for the Raptors, Serge Ibaka. He's checked in for Gasol. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Johnson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Powell. And Thomas Satoransky gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Siakam against Young. Swiped it away. In transition, here come the Bulls. Here's the great one. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Now, even though Che didn't make too much of his time last game in that debut, Coach wanted to see a little bit more from him tonight.
Greg, I agree with you. It wasn't an easy start for him in his career, but this team is showing that they're going to give him ample chances to learn on the fly during the early stages of the season. OG Anunoby's checked in for Pascal Siakam, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Taking a look at some stats for Kyle Lowry. Last year, getting it done. Came in about 14 points per, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, look, he thinks their long-range shooting can make all the difference, not taking anything away from the defense they're going up against. He did say he'd be surprised if his guys need to shoot a high percentage from outside. Pretty confident coach, Kevin.
Thank you, David. You know, hard to create spacing without the threes.
Well, the 24th pick back in the 2006 NBA draft, who knew Kyle Lowry would develop into a perennial all-star? What an impressive career.
Here's the great one. Now recovering. The great one passes to Felicio. Here's the great one. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Kyle Lowry picks one up there. The Bulls shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
You know, Doris, I know your style of play at Providence was one of aggressiveness, a lot of instinct, a lot of smarts, great skill. But I think you also have an appreciation for the players that are real scrappy on the floor.
What I love, Kevin, are guys who can influence the game without having incredible offensive skill. So a guy like Patrick Beverly, so a little bit undersized. But would you like to have that? Look at that. And I'll tell you what, Hollis Jefferson doesn't mind showing out a little bit. What a sensational leaper.
Satoransky, the pass to the great one. Pass to Young.
2 minutes.
Down low. Here's the great one. And no good that time. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
One thing we know, Greg, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
Clock is at 3. Shoots the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
To the inside. Powell with the steal. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. And he gets it to go. Now it's a 5-point Toronto lead.
Wow, solid decision-making from Rondé Hollis Jefferson. How about his ability to knife into the teeth of the defense? Tremendous speed.
Here's the great one. Guarded by Powell. Here's the great one. Here's Felicio. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Ball stolen. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Shot's good by Ibaka.
Well, you love how Ibaka goes right up with the shot. Doesn't hesitate for a second off the catch.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The great one passes to Felicio. Will not go. This is off the front iron. In the corner, Powell with it. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Absolutely critical that Norman Powell expand his range. The more he makes that three, the more the floor opens up.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've dictated the pace. Marc Gasol so appreciated by his fans, and certainly a lot of...
It's fun. You see more fans on the stands that speak Spanish, even they're from Spain or Argentina, Mexico, whatever they're from. They support the Spanish-speaking people, and they love the game also.
And great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and
Substitutes will make substitutions. The Raptors have gone 6 of 9 at the line. Levine and Valentine are the wingmen. Markkanen is out there with Otto Porter Jr. And it's the great one in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Out of Cameroon, Pascal Siakam drastically improved last year, Doris. Is he the prototypical modern power forward?
He is, Kevin, and there's a few reasons why. The guy can rip and run. He can space the floor. He is switchable on the perimeter defensively. He can go inside, outside. Everything you want in terms of versatility, Pascal Siakam brings to the table.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. Kyle Lowry is second.
very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
And again, Toronto no luck.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Inside. Good work defensively by Gasol.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
Free throw good, Siakam. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016, now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
The Bulls have not shot all that well from the free throw line, 6 of 11. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from the great one. And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for Toronto. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Stolen away. And now here's Markkanen, the fast break chance. Here's the great one, while recovering. The great one passes to Markkanen. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all. Not
only is Pascal Siakam elevating his offensive game, he's elevating his efficiency. He is working right now.
To the middle. Here's Porter. Nails the baby hook. Porter's got 8 points.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And Toronto choosing their team name back in '94. The fans helped them narrow it down, and with dinosaurs all over the silver screen, it helped tilt things towards the Raptors.
And we all remember those early uniforms, those giant velociraptors across the front. Fortunately, they've toned it down a bit since then.
Chicago making a switch here. Young's checked in. Young against Siakam. Here's Lowry. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's the great one. 59 seconds left in the first half. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his fourth personal.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
First one falls for him. Norman Powell checked in for Toronto. He doesn't get the second one.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
For Toronto, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Young outside. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first half. The great one passes to Porter. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. The great one, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Raptors ball.
Raptors leading by 15. Siakam looking around. Throws it up high.
Some of that is about the chemistry that Rondé Hollis Jefferson has with his teammates, right? It's infectious when you share the basketball.
Kyle Lowry firing on all cylinders for Toronto. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Yo, listen up. Obviously, we're not playing great. But if we clean it up a little bit, we can get back on track. All right, sense of urgency. Every rebound, every loose ball, every cut to the basket, do it with purpose. All right? That includes you too, Che. All right, you're playing hard, but your energy's about here. It's
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kyle Lowry has just been sensational.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Red Van Vliet out there with Powell. And it's Johnson in at the 3. Fires the 3. And it's White missing. Toronto leading by 17. To the paint, here's Siakam. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Levine, and he uses the glass on the layup. Levine's got 10 points.
Boy, that's a tough shot. Levine showing some intensity inside.
Siakam against Markkanen. Siakam, good. 17 points in the game.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Levine finds Markkanen. From the baseline. Again, Chicago.
And you want to get a hand up on those mid-range shots from Markkanen. Very consistent from that area.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Porter against Johnson. Outside Gasol. Misses the 3. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
Raptors ball.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Fred VanVleet. Raptors leading by 17. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And the pass to Anunoby. Johnson surveying the floor. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
See, the athleticism of Norman Powell is a problem. This guy understands how to get defenders committed to him.
Doris, you've said this often. It is incredibly difficult to compare guys of different positions in different eras, isn't it?
It really is. There's so many discussions about who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all potential time. And there are certain names that are always going to pop to the top of the list, LeBron James. But it's very difficult to me, say, to compare a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest to ever man the center position, had the impossible to check sky hook. But how do you compare him with LeBron James, who, though he is, and I don't know what position he is, he may be the greatest passer in the history of the league. Like, let's enjoy individual greatness without comparison.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Felicio's checked in for Lowry Markkanen. Murray comes in for Porter. And Satoransky's subbed in for Levine.
Well, one thing there's no question about is that Norman Powell is a gifted athlete. Now it's about rounding out that game, particularly his shooting.
Clearly a foul.
That's his 5th personal foul.
Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth. In his first season as a head coach in the NBA, it translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
And he can't get the first one. And Coach Nick Nurse paid some dues, Doris, before his turn as head coach of this Toronto team.
Well, think about it. Early in his career, he's a player coach in the British Basketball League. Then he goes and establishes a G League franchise in his home state of Iowa. Then to lead that team to a title in 2011, join another G League team for the Raptors and win a title in 2013. Really an incredible journey, guys.
And the layup's good off the glass. Powell's got 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you, I love to see someone take the contact head on. And Norman Powell welcoming the challenge.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Pass to Murray. Just 5 to shoot. And the Bulls with another miss. Raptors leading by 20. VanVleet looking around. Ibaka outside. Johnson outside. Pass to Powell. The three. Drains the three-pointer.
Norman.
Powell's got 11.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Saturansky, the pass to Felicio.
Raptors foul call. OG Anunoby.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Bulls, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you for Chicago, Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Carter. Denzel Valentine comes in for Murray. And the great one subbed in for Saturansky. And then for Toronto, Marcus All's checked in for OG Anunoby. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Johnson. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Fred VanVleet. Here's the great one. 5 points in the game. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto. And the Raptors with some changes. Thomas comes in for Norman Powell. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Kyle Lowry. First free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. He hits Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for Toronto. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Thaddeus Young. That's good from Payne.
Cameron Payne taking 2 shots.
Payne hits them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Here's the great one. He has 7. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second personal.
Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
A great one.
And he makes the first. And the Bulls making a change here. Levine's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Toronto, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%.
2 minutes remaining.
Right side, Gasol. Back to Payne. A 3-ball. Buries it from 3-point range. Payne's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Thomas down low, defended by Young. Thomas, no luck. Payne passes to the great one. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. Tipped away and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Gasol. A very nice season for him last year. He averaged about 13 points a game last season, 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for the Bulls. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Chicago Bulls continue to be a team in rebuild mode. They traded for Otto Porter at the deadline last season, and that seemed like a turning point. It lessened the logjam in the front court, and his versatile game fit well with some of the young players. Now that they've added rookie Kobe White with other moves this summer, fans are eager to see this young team take the next step. Kevin?
And David, they've got some pieces too. Thank you. Here's the great one. He's got 9. Young outside. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Here's the great one. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And the free throw stats for him, 9 of 12. He'll get to the line on a regular basis.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Toronto's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Hollis Jefferson finds Thomas. And here is Ibaka. Passes it to Payne. From deep three-point range. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Toronto Raptors ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Here's Arcidiacono. We've got the great one, Otto Porter Jr. out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Zach LaVine, and it's Arcidiacono in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Here's the great one on the money from 12 feet away. And Toronto has possession. Now Payne. Out left to the wing. Here's Gasol. Cans the shot from the wing.
Well, what a perimeter shot Marc Gasol has always had. For a big man, such pretty touch.
Arcidiacono, the pass to the great one. Markkanen trying to break loose. And the shot goes in from the great one. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. Upside Thomas. There's the pass to Gasol. That one goes in.
Well, Marc Gasol will never back away when he's got that kind of interior position.
And so it's Arcidiacono with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Here's the great one. And there it is for him. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Now here's Payne. He's guarded by Markkanen. The offensive rebound, and it goes down 2 points. 10 points for Marc Gasol.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Arcidiacono, the pass to the great one. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his.
Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, Is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and then to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Okay, time now for an injury report. Now an update on Pascal Siakam from the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. D.A., what'd you find out?
Thanks, guys. I got a status report from the Raptors head athletic trainer. He said that he does have a broken nose. It's definitely a painful injury, but not a worst-case scenario. This is not how they wanted to begin the season, and it'll be interesting to see how much this hurts them. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
And our hearts go out to him. The guy works so hard. His teammates love him. Coaches love him. He's going to be missed.
And the shot's good from the great one.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
And the foul called on the great one.
A great one.
That's his third foul of the game.
That's his
Of course, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have two goals. Instead of one championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
Pass to Boucher. Back to Payne. Pass to McCaw. Right side Gasol. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
Well, this is a player with every move in the book. Marc Gasol uses that pump fake to get to the free throw line.
The first free throw is good. And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean.
Nine seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Arcidiacono. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner of...
I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
That's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.
I swear that it's always something. Guess what? I always want something. I swear that it's always something. Head out there, I always want something. I got a beautiful condo, stacking my bread for the house.
Che, talk about your defense a little. What helped you lead the team in steals tonight?
Winning the turnover battle is huge, Patty, so I'm always trying to get my hands on the ball. And in general, I think my defense awareness is getting better too. So I'm able to see the ball, see my man, and read the offense at a high level.
Great, thanks, Che.
All good. Ted, good man.
How's he liking the city?
Oh, he's loving it. Loving it a lot more now he's gotten off the bench, too. There he is!
Hey, guys.
Che, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Take a seat, fellas.
Yeah,
Let's
cool.
talk.
Yeah.
So, I want you to meet Don, the rep from Jordan.
Big fan of yours, Che. It's really great to meet you.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm excited to be here with you.
I think it's safe to say we're all excited about potentially working together.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what do you say we just jump right in, start talking contracts?
Yeah, let's do it. Works for me.
Let's do it. Pretty painless, huh?
For you, maybe, but I gotta justify these numbers to my bosses.
Don, that is no way to treat your new star.
Look, man, you know I'm just playing, right? Nothing but love over here. Seriously, Che, we are really excited to bring you into the Jordan family, and we think this partnership's got a great future.
I appreciate that, Don.
First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us today. You know, whenever you get an athlete of Che's caliber to join your team, that's a reason to celebrate. And the Jordan team is thrilled to have him on board. All right, I know you all want to talk to him, so we'll get right to it and toss it to Che for questions.
Ted the man, what's up?
Congrats on the new deal, Che. So what's it mean to sign a deal like that at this stage of your career?
You know, Ted, it's pretty awesome. You know, growing up playing basketball, that was always a big dream, being repped by a shoe company, so it's a real thrill. Okay, I'll take another question. Vinny, what's up?
Now that you got all that shoe deal money, you planning on splurging a little?
Oh, I'm gonna splurge a little.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Let's see, I'm gonna buy myself a Lambo.
That's a crazy expensive car, isn't it?
Well, I'm a crazy talented individual. It comes with the territory, Vin, come on.
All right, we got time for one more question. Patty.
Any plans to release a signature shoe?
I mean, that's the goal, yeah? I believe in myself, so why shouldn't I believe I deserve my own shoe?
All right, that's all the time we have questions for. I want to thank everybody for attending, and of course to Che, too, for being so kind to give us a few minutes during his busy schedule.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, Patty, we got to sit down for the interview.
You know it.